Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Pitch Side Podcast channel. I'm your host, the HOD of the PSP. Of course, follow us on social media, site PSP on Twitter, Pitch Side Pod on Instagram, and listen to this on Spotify, Google Podcasts, or any other platform. The podcast episodes, not this special match recap. Enable notifications, by the way, to receive all the updates from these match recaps and all the content on the channel. And we're coming to you after the round of fixtures in the Bundesliga. Just finished 4 matches have been played today. Of course, the round 21 started with Leipzig defeating Augsburg 2-1. That is putting them 4 points behind Bayern Munich at the top of the table. Of course, before Bayern play on Monday against Arminia Bielefeld. 4 matches were played on Saturday, and so far, because Union Berlin against Schalke is still to come later on, and it is draw mania at the Bundesliga. We saw, draws all across the spectrum: the 0-0, the 1-1, the 2-2 twice, and with different scenarios for the home sides. Quick, of course, read of the results. Bayern Leverkusen drawing against Mainz, slipping and losing the lead very late on in that game. It is 2-all at the Bay Arena. Lucas Alario opened the scoring for Bayern Leverkusen at the 14th minute, and you think they had a healthy lead leading into the next, the next second half, really. And Patrick Schick added the second goal from a Dimari Gray assist in the 84th minute, and you think, well, Bayern Leverkusen are well and fine to go and win the game. They were 2-0 at 84 minutes, but they slipped. They collapsed pretty big time. Defensive mistakes as usual, the lack of focus that have been cursing their run so far in the Bundesliga. 2 goals late on for Mainz, thanks to Glatzel and Stöger in the 92nd minute, meaning that it will be 2-all between Bayer Leverkusen and Mainz at home. This is a result that Leverkusen would not really like, because their form as of late have been, decent, if not, a little bit underwhelming, losing in the Bundesliga against Leipzig, against Wolfsburg, defeating Dortmund, which was fine, losing and being out of the Pokal, of course, to RV Essen, and a victory 5-2 against Stuttgart, where we thought, okay, they're back in form, back in the right way. Now a draw against Mainz that is seeing them, slip up in the table. They have a big chance. Eintracht Frankfurt, of course, tomorrow play against Köln. They have a big chance to go over them, leap over them, and be third on the table, and fourth in the very worst case scenario if they draw, or Wolfsburg, of course, win their game as well. It wasn't exactly Bayer Leverkusen on their own who slipped and, lost points. Dortmund also lost points, but they had to climb back from a 2-1 lead for Hoffenheim. Sancho opened the scoring, given the lead to Dortmund in the midway point through the first half. Then Munas de Boer equalising with 31st minute, and Bebu adding the second goal in the early goings of the second half at 51 minutes in, and Dortmund seemed well done and dusted until Erling Haaland saved them in the last and the dying 10 minutes of the game. A result that is not really likely for Liverpool. Their form has been just horrendous as of late, of course. The losses, the draws out of the last 5 games or so, their only win, aside from the Bundesliga, is against Paderborn in the FA Cup, and that was hard as well. They had to really work hard in the extra time to get that win. This is just another result bad for Edin Terzic. Guys, they are 6th now with 33 points, and it could get worse for them. Borussia Mönchengladbach, of course, play tomorrow as well. Werder Bremen drawn against Freiburg 0-0, and it's 1-1 between Stuttgart and Hertha Berlin. So that is it. 4 draws again across the spectrum. The goalless draws and the positive draws, with lots of goals and different scenarios in the Bundesliga. For Borussia Dortmund, this is really, really bad. For Bayer Leverkusen as well. And I think it's worse for Borussia Dortmund, because considering that they're a side that is built itself on being exciting, on being great and all, they won't exactly, they're not exactly having the best of seasons at the moment. The Lucien Favre era and now the Edin Terzic era, obviously they're going to be bringing a new coach by the end of the season. We'll see what's going to pan out with them. They're not as solid as they used to be. I mean, Some could say that they weren't even solid in the back to begin with, and it just became even worse as time wore on in the Bundesliga. So there is 4 games left, of course, in the Bundesliga in the round 21. Union Berlin play Schalke later on today. Eintracht Frankfurt play Köln. Wolfsburg play Mönchengladbach, and Bayern Munich play Arminia Bielefeld on Monday. Thoughts and prayers really with Borussia Dortmund and Bayer Leverkusen. I was enjoying watching them in the Bundesliga. Borussia Dortmund in particular are not just shooting themselves in the foot, they're shooting themselves in the head pretty much. They're going to be losing their Champions League spots if they don't recover at time. It's not a big gap yet. Yes, there is like 5 points now behind Wolfsburg, of course, and Eintracht Frankfurt, and Bayer Leverkusen as well. Mönchengladbach are right behind them, and as you mentioned, it's a big clash against Wolfsburg for them on Sunday. They could climb up, or they could go even more down if they lose. For Borussia Dortmund now, it's recovery time, really. Next week is going to be against Schalke. It's the Ruhr derby for them. For Bayer Leverkusen, it's against Augsburg, a very, very tricky trip for them. Again, I want to see Borussia Dortmund improving, but the indications that they will improve are not there. There's not much solidity in the back. They are getting even worse at attacking somehow. It doesn't look like they will be having the greatest of seasons anyway. That's it from me for this Bundesliga recap. I was your boy, the HOD of the PSP. Like, share, subscribe, comment on this video what you think. Enable notifications to receive all the updates from this match recaps and podcast on the channel, and follow us on social media, so PSP on Twitter, PSP on Instagram, and go to Spotify, Google Podcasts, or any other platform to listen to the podcast episodes. I was your boy, the HOD of the PSP, and goodbye.